One Life to Live and General Hospital.
You came to the right place.
Only on abc.com/daytime.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I understood you were going to be here alone.
I intended to be, but then Seneca brought me some supper.
Ah, so I see. Were you celebrating something?
No, nothing specific.
Jill, I'd like to talk with you.
Has something happened?
No, I'd just like to discuss a few things with you, privately, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss some things with you too, Frank. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, well, I gather you've been here quite a while already, Seneca, which gave you plenty of time to talk.
Frank.
I'd appreciate it if you would leave us alone.
Well, now, don't you think that's up to Jill to decide whether she wants me to stay or go?
Seneca.
No, wait. Before you decide, there's one or two questions I want to ask Frank.
All right, go right ahead then.
Oh, now, both of you, just wait a minute, all right?
Is unraveling.
This is bigger than you and I. I could lose everything. My wife and daughter.
This week, while two enemies work together to keep Todd's secret.
So we agree? You do this.
Another man remembers who he is.
I am Todd.
Watch One Life to Live. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Hop on over to SoapNet to catch the latest Genoa City drama.
This is going to be very, very good.
The Young and the Restless tonight at 7 on SoapNet.
You know how it is. You look in the mirror one day and you go, how am I going to lose this weight? eDiet's meal delivery from eDiets.com. It's the easiest, smartest, most delicious way to eat great and finally lose the weight. I know you're thinking, eat great and lose weight? Really? Really.
You'll love the food. There's no MSG, no fake sugars.
The food tastes fantastic.
It's awesome. Very delicious.
It tastes wonderful.
Call now or go to eDiets.com. Choose from over 100 fresh prepared meals. Not dehydrated diet food, but really delicious food. eDiets will deliver your favorite meals and snacks in a chill fresh container.
All you have to do is relax, enjoy, and eat great. All the way to slim.
I lost 115 pounds.
65 pounds.
25 pounds.
94 pounds.
Along the way, eDiets.com gives you real support.
Terrific online tools, access to registered dietitians and trainers, and friends who care about your success.
They're there with you to hold your hand, and they really care. Truthfully, I like everything about eDiets.
I've lost 30 pounds. All of a sudden, I find myself a changed person.
Hey, I made it to 50 pounds, and look at me now, I'm 60 pounds.
Millions of people have turned eDiets.com to lose the weight. Now it's your turn.
Call or go to eDiets.com and sign up for 7 full days of meals, 3 meals per day, fresh prepared just for you, plus snacks. So don't wait. Join eDiets. Eat great food and lose weight fast.
I believe that eDiets can change people's lives.
My husband will often say, "You're the hot wife." That's just boosted my confidence a lot.
eDiets has changed my life forever.
Call to find out how you can get 1 week of meals absolutely free. That's right. 1 week of fresh prepared food, 1 week of weight loss, 1 week of success, free.
Free? What are you waiting for? Call or go online to get started now.
Call 1-800-279-1604 or visit eDiets.com now.
Could the two of you manage to let me get a word in? I mean, after all, this is my place.
Jill, all I wanted to
Wait a minute, Seneca. Now, first of all, it is the middle of the night, and I'm tired. I mean, I came out here for some rest and relaxation, and suddenly I find myself in the middle refereeing some sort of debate.
Well, a debate's not exactly what I had in mind for this evening either. But as long as we're all here, maybe we should take advantage of it and straighten out a few problems.
Well, I don't agree.
Look, Jill, we are adults. And we should be able to discuss this thing and handle it intelligently. Also, I want to get on the record how I feel about you. At the same time, I'd like to ask Frank a few questions.
Seneca.
Jill. Frank?
It's all right with me.
Well, it's not all right with me. Now, the two of you just stop this. I mean, neither one of you have listened to a word that I've said. But I am not in the mood for debate. And both of you are completely ignoring me.
That is the least thing that we're doing. You've become very important to me in the past few weeks. I think you know it. Frank should have a chance to know it, too.
Believe me, your concern has not gone unnoticed.
I'm sure it hasn't, Frank, but I don't want you to think that it's a temporary situation triggered by the trial and all the time we've had to spend together. It's not. It's a lot more.
Oh, really? How much more?
I intend to see Jill as much as I can. And I'm not going to stop until she asks me to.
Seneca, for heaven's
No, wait
sake.
a minute. Jill. I had no intention of sneaking around behind Frank's back. First place, it's not my style, and I like and respect him too much for that.
Thank you.
If there had been some kind of a definite thing between the two
Wait
of
a
you...
minute. What makes you think there isn't anything definite?
Frank, all I know is what Jill tells me. Well, of course we've talked about it. I mean, she doesn't play games. I know that she loves you. I know that you feel that your marriage is over.
That's true, it is.
Yeah, but also, you're not going to get together until after the election because you don't want to jeopardize everything you've worked so hard for. Well, that's a few months. I have to tell you, as far as I'm concerned, anything goes in that time period.
What are you talking about?
Frank, there has been no commitment.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Seneca, you have no basis for that assumption.
Yeah, besides which, you're dead wrong.
That's possible.
I'm telling you, you are.
All right, Frank, you tell me, what is the commitment? Just how dead is your marriage? Now, you and Delia have a child. I mean, have you brought him into this consideration?
Seneca.
It's all right, Jill. Of course I have.
Also, you're Catholic. That presents a whole other set of problems. I guess the bottom line, Frank, is do you intend to divorce Delia in order to marry Jill, or don't you?
Oh, now, wait a minute. I have had enough of this. Now, you are being unfair to Frank. You have no right to interrogate him like this. It is none of your damn business.
If it involves you, it does.
That's ridiculous. We haven't even discussed it ourselves.
Ah, you see, there is no commitment.
Of course there is. Okay, the logistics and the timetable, maybe they haven't been set. But my basic feeling for Frank, it's still the same. Now, I promised him that I was going to wait for him. Seneca, you know that.
Which is precisely what I came out here tonight to do. Obviously, I have no intention of talking it over with you before I've discussed it with Jill.
No, of course not. Good night, Jill. I'll see you back in the city.
Hi. What are you doing up at this hour?
I heard a noise. I thought it could be Frank.
Did I wake you? I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't sleep. I had too much to think about. Pat, it's so hard. I don't even know where to start.
You mean Frank? Dee, I'm not sure there's anything you can do. I guess you just have to wait and see what happens.
No, there's got to be something I can do. I'm racking my brain trying to think how I can show him that I love him. And I care about him. I think of an idea, and I'm so excited about it, and the next minute I decide that Frank will think that I tricked him.
Maybe not.
Oh, no, he will. Frank thinks I'm thoroughly dishonest. There's no good in me at all. And he's suspicious of me even when I'm trying to be nice.
I know, honey. It's not easy. I wish there's something I could do, but I can't. Frank's not going to listen to anything I have to say.
Frank doesn't listen to anybody. You're wrong about something, though. You do help me. You help me a lot.
Not really.
No, you do. Now you're being very sympathetic. See, you don't know what it feels like to have no one to talk to. And everything is whirling around my head so fast, and I get so confused sometimes.
Well, if it helps, I'm here.
Maybe you could help me, I have a whole plan of ideas, and maybe you could just say that idea is dumb. Something like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Patty.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah. I think you're the only friend I have in the whole world.
Oh, that's not true.
No, I'm really serious. There's nobody else that I can talk to. I don't think there is anybody else in the whole world, Pat.
Well, I'll do anything for you I can, always. You know that.
Really? Pat, maybe there is something that you can do. Could you talk to Mary for me?
About what?
See, I want her to understand I'm not all bad inside. I love Frank. And I'm very serious about my marriage vows. Okay, Daddy?
Dee, I've tried. The other night at dinner, we got into it, and we just ended up yelling at each other.
Oh.
I'm afraid you're gonna have to talk to Mary yourself.
I don't know what to say to Mary. She's mad at me anyway. I can just see it now. She'll narrow her eyes and she'll stick out that chin. She'll say, well, you get that, Delia. You deserve that. But please talk to her for me. Please talk to her. Please.
Dee, maybe, it's a question of you making a real practical effort and showing Frank and Mary and the family.
No, I've tried. I want to work on this campaign. I'm good at this campaign. See, Frank doesn't want me around. And that's where Mary can help. Now, you can remind her that Charlie Ferris thinks that I am the #1 secret weapon in Frank's campaign. How's that?
Charlie's a smart...
I was wondering who was wandering around the middle of the night.
Hi, Maeve. What are you doing up now?
I might ask you the same thing, dear. Pat, are you going back to the hospital tonight?
No, I thought I might catch solid 8 hours sleep here, if that's okay. Hospital's impossible.
Of course, dear. You certainly look like you could do with a bit of rest. Go off now.
Okay. I think maybe you should talk to Mary yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe I'll try that.
Good night.
Thank you, Pat.
Night, Mom.
Good night, dear. Sleep well. Delia, late as it is, I'd like a word with you, if you don't mind.
Want more of your favorite soaps?
That's great.
Log on to abc.com/daytime. Watch current full episodes of All My Children, General Hospital, and One Life to Live.
Online critics love it.
Plus, get exclusive sneak peeks of what's coming up next.
Sounds like a thumbs up to me.
Connect with other fans to discuss what's on your mind.
I always want to hear what you have to say.
And check out the 101 galleries to get an intimate look at the history of your favorite characters.
That's the best news I've heard all day.
Find it all now at abc.com/daytime.
And I see you singing something new when the day is done. Because I know you, your name is someone.
The anti-seizure drugs Topamax and Depakote, several commonly prescribed painkillers, and antidepressants such as Paxil, Zoloft, and Prozac have all been linked to birth defects. If you had a baby born with a birth defect after taking any of the drugs listed on screen while pregnant, you may be entitled to money damages. Call James Rosehouse and Associates at 1-800-660-3213. The fertility drug Clomid is also linked to birth defects. Call 1-800-660-3213. That's 1-800-660-3213.
Hearing that 3 out of 4 women over 30 share my concerns about bone or breast health makes me feel good about the choices I've made.
Like switching to One A Day Women's, a complete multivitamin with more calcium and vitamin D than Centrum to support bone and breast health. Now available in small, easy-to-swallow petites.
People are talking about General Hospital's Sean Butler. Patricia Rich posted on Facebook, he is a good-looking bad boy with a good side. I'm really digging this one. Elizabeth Cross agrees. Oh yes, he is a sexy man. Suki Williams-Ellis adds, I trust my eyes when I look at him, and they like what they see. Judy McCoy says, good choice, GH. And Kathleen Hahn sums it up. So damn hot. People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Delia, I would appreciate it very much if you're wandering around this house that you put your robe on.
I'm sorry. I heard a noise. I came out. I thought it was Frank. I don't usually put on a robe for Frank.
Yes, I see.
Where is Frank? Is he coming home tonight?
Not that I know of, dear, unless he's told you different.
Maeve, can't he be more sensible about this? I mean, he could spend the nights here. I'm not going to bother him, I promise.
I think at this point, Frank needs his solitude.
Oh, I don't understand that. I hate being alone, Maeve. I really do.
Look, there is something other than Frank's sleeping arrangements that's on my mind.
Maeve, could we talk about this tomorrow? I'm really exhausted. I've been taking care of little John all day long.
I'm afraid, dear, it can't wait, please.
Oh, okay. If it's really important.
It is. Delia, there is an awful lot of tension in this house at the moment. And I suppose some of it is unavoidable under the circumstances. However, for the first times in their lives, there is trouble between Pat and Frank, and I don't like it.
I wasn't even aware of it. Maeve, I'm so involved with my own problems. I didn't
It is
even know
your
that.
problems that there are all loggerheads about, my dear. And not only have you noticed, you have manipulated them into it. Pat sees himself as your champion, and Frank resents it. It's just as simple as that.
You mean Pat has been defending me in front of Frank? Maeve, I'm telling you, Pat is the sweetest person in the whole world. He really is.
Yes, he is. He is. And he's a born rescuer, especially where you're concerned.
He's my friend. He's always been my friend.
I don't begrudge you his friendship, Dee. But on the other hand, I'm under the definite impression that you are absolutely manipulating him to get him to fight your battles for you.
Me? No, I'm not. Maeve, I'm not doing
And
that.
I want it to stop. What really has me disturbed is the way you're going about it. There are all sorts of little indications about how you're working on Pat's sympathies in a totally inappropriate way for his sister-in-law. That little scene that I walked in on tonight is just one small example among many.
Maeve, what are you saying to me? I mean, what did you think Pat and I were doing out here?
I didn't think you were doing anything out here, Delia. Would you please listen to what I'm saying and stop exaggerating things? It makes it next to impossible to discuss anything with you. I am simply telling you that I want you to keep your distance. Patrick has a deep and great love for you. And I don't want to see you abuse it. Apart from everything else, it will not help you one bit. Frank is not going to change his opinion and his ideas about your marriage based on what Pat thinks. If anything, it's just going to solidify his position.
So what you're saying is I shouldn't have anybody help me. Pat is the only person in this family who has my viewpoint. He understands what I did and why I did it, but Frank isn't supposed to hear anything like that. Oh, that's terrific, May. That's really terrific. Frank won't listen to me. Everybody in this family is against me, and I'm supposed to tell Pat not to make waves. That's great, May. Really great.
Delia, at times you exasperate me so that I could shake you. You're going about it again, exaggerating things wildly. Nobody in this family is against you, not everyone. I myself want to preserve your marriage with my whole heart. I had a discussion with Frank in this very room tonight on that same subject.
Maeve, you're on my side.
Understand, dear, that I think you have behaved badly. Worse than badly. But after days of thinking about it and praying about it, there seems to be only one solution to the situation, that you and Frank somehow make your marriage continue. My concern is for little John. That seems to be the only solution for him.
Maeve, I'm sorry. I just assumed that you were against me.
Yes, you assume a great many things, Delia. That's just one of your problems.
I know. Thank you.
Well, I hope it can all work its way out. You've been a member of this family ever since you were a little girl. And somehow I can't find it in me to turn away and shut myself off from all the caring that I've given you all these years, no matter what you do.
Maeve, I know I can make things work. I know I can. I'm gonna try so hard. Now you'll see. Maeve, what about Jill?
There's a million things I have to say to you. But the only real important one is, I love you.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Only on SoapNet.
It's all
I know what you did.
been leading
Who's gonna save you?
to this week.
I don't need to be saved.
Kendall gets justice for Zach.
Answer me!
I killed your husband.
now, can she move on? Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
His memory returns.
I remember. It's you.
And Sammy has plans.
We are gonna get our lives back.
But Rafe's plans
You're really getting on my nerves.
include vengeance.
This situation is more dangerous than we thought.
Watch Days of Our Lives weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet.
Oh, what a night.
Twix pods in progress.
Let's do it.
Cookie caramel chocolate. Twix. Pause like you mean it.
The seasons change, but we still may suffer from nasal allergy symptoms. They can hit you year-round, indoors or out. Oh, to have relief. Prescription Nasonex is clinically proven to help relieve nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing.
Side effects may include headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing. Infections of the nose and throat and eye problems, including glaucoma or cataracts, may occur. Have regular eye exams. Slow wound healing may occur, so do not use Nasonex until your nose has healed from any sore, surgery, or injury. Nasonex can increase your risk of getting infections. Avoid contact with infections like chickenpox or measles while using Nasonex.
It does not come in generic form. Ask your doctor if Nasonex is right for you.
Genoa City, a place for families to fall apart.
I will get my daughter back.
You betrayed me. I'm done with you. There's no more family.
The Young and the Restless, tonight at 7 on SoapNet.
A cover-up is unraveling.
This is bigger than you and I. I could lose everything. My wife and daughter.
This week, while two enemies work together to keep Todd's secret.
So we agree? You do this.
Another man remembers who he is.
I am Todd.
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista, Blonde One, Original Blonde One, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold, the Goddess, the Divine One, Bad Blonde One, the Demented One, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Being a mother can be very rewarding.
Motherhood changes everything.
Just ask the women of The View.
The biggest lesson any child teaches their mother is it's not all about you.
I fully believe in mother's intuition.
I know when my baby just needs to get on my lap and he needs some mother love.
With your children, you learn diplomacy, but with adults, you have to practice it.
It's a mom's view.
The trick is to have one less tantrum than your child.
The View, weekdays only on ABC.
What would you think about a drink or something?
Well, it really wasn't what I had in mind.
I just thought I would try to change the subject.
No chance.
I know.
Okay. You sit over here, and I'll get myself over here someplace, and maybe with a little bit of willpower we can get through this.
All right.
Here goes. I had a very long and very painful conversation with Mom earlier this evening.
Oh?
She believes that in spite of everything, I should stay married to Delia because of little John.
And, did you agree?
Well, that would make some sense if I were a saint or a robot. But you gotta understand, Jill, that she doesn't understand. Not really. She's had such a marvelous marriage of her own, she can't have any idea what it's like to have to live with someone you don't love and don't like.
Frank, did you tell her that?
Yeah, I told her. I told her she was indulging in wishful thinking and that I couldn't do it. But especially for little John. Jill, what kind of a life would that be for him? surrounded by fights and silences all through his growing up. The kid would be a mess.
Frank, there has to be an answer somewhere.
There is. And that's what I'm here to tell you about.
Well, tell me.
Yeah, well, I've had it in the back of my mind, but it all seemed to gel tonight through a combination of events. I guess the talk with Mom, the ride out here, which reminded me of some other rides I've made out here. And then, of course, finding Seneca. Do you have any idea how close Riverside Hospital came to losing a doctor to a broken nose tonight?
Could have been very embarrassing.
Yeah, well, that's, I think, what made me so mad. He didn't seem to be embarrassed in the slightest. It seemed like he was right at home here. Well, anyway, the point is, I have no intention of losing you to Seneca Bolak or anybody else. I want us to be together more than I've ever wanted anything in my whole life. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish.
Oh, Frank.
Now, don't look at me like that yet, okay? Not until I'm finished. Okay, I think that I can get custody of little John if you're prepared to marry me and to take him on with us. Are you?
Divorce? And remarriage?
Yes.
Oh, Frank, is that what you really want?
Without a doubt. In fact, I'd like to go down and file for divorce tomorrow, campaign or no campaign.
No, Frank, you can't do that. It would ruin the election. Dee would make sure of that. I know it. Everything that we work so hard for would go right down the drain. Promise me. Promise me that you won't do that, please.
Okay. I won't do anything, you can believe that, until I have an answer from you.
An answer?
Yeah. You haven't said yet whether you'd marry me and welcome little John.
Oh, Frank. Do you have to ask me?
Just say yes. That's all you have to say.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, 1,000 times yes. Oh, Frank.
Oh. I want you so much. We're safe here. Have you got an alarm clock?
Yes. Yes. Frank. No, don't. This is a bad idea.
Whoa, it's a great idea. What are you talking about?
No, Frank, listen to me, please. Listen to me. We can't do that. If we do it now, we'll never stop. We'll go back to New York. We'll take chances and we will get caught. Yes, listen to me. You'd lose your chance at the election. You'd lose your chance at getting custody of little John. Please, it's not worth all of that. Please listen to me.
Oh, boy. You know, the one thing I can't stand about you is that you're so damn smart. All right. All right, I better go. Yeah, if I don't go now, I ain't never gonna make it.
Frank, just a few more months, and we're gonna have the rest of our lives.
Say that again.
The rest of our lives.
Yes.
Oh.
In Landview, rules were meant to be broken, and its residents will stop at nothing to get their way. Catch all the Landview shenanigans on an all-new episode of One Life to Live, weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.